All right, so the poem we're going to discuss is The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson, right? So most of the time, a big mistake all of you do is, most of them do is, they consider it as history and they start reading about Tennyson and, make short notes about Tennyson and all that things which are not actually needed, right? Now, if you take the title itself, right? If you take the title itself, you need to tell me, right, when you see the title, what kind of an image draws in your mind? When you see this title, right, when you see this title, what kind of an image draws in your mind? I need your responses because I need the session to be interactive. Hello? The eagle, okay, when you hear the word eagle, what kind of a perspective? You can use the chat screen and respond. Right, an eagle. Okay, so basically, if you take the title, it says the eagle, right? Not a eagle, not an eagle. So it should be and because it's an E here, right? Majestic. All right. Yes. So now look at this title, right? It says the, right? It says the eagle without saying what? Without saying an eagle, right? Without saying an. Okay, I'll reduce the letter size to a certain extent. Without saying an, it says, what does it say?
The.
Yeah, they say the. Without saying an, they have given the. So the word the is an indication, indicates
The particular eagle.
Exactly, yes, importance and they are particular, right? Importance or what? Because they indicate a particularness. That means, okay, there are many people in the waiting room. Let me admit them, right? Right? They are sure of who they are referring to, right? Particular indicates something particular, right? Something particular, which conveys us importance, right? Which conveys us importance, which shows that there is something important. So the eagle indicates it makes the position of this eagle being elevated, right? That means it's in a higher position. You can see the eagle in a higher position, right? So by the title itself, the centralized perspective is being indicated, right? So then we have Alfred Lord Tennyson, who is a Victorian era poet. He belongs to the Victorian era, has written this poem. All right. Then moving on, let's go to the poetry lines. So if you guys have points to add, you can add it in the chat screen, or you can even say it and just check out whether what you know is right. Okay, right. So these are the first three lines. Okay. So structurally, if we talk about the structure of this poem, right? If we talk about the structure, it is made out of two tercets. What is a tercet? Tercet means a combination of three lines. A combination of three lines. So that means this poem has only 6 lines. So there are two sets of tercets. So 3 lines here, right? So there are two tercets which goes as the rhyme scheme goes as, if we take rhyme, the rhyme scheme, it goes as A, B, 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 right? The first 3 lines and then the next 3 lines. Okay. So
the rhyming scheme is triple A, no?
Yeah. Triple A, triple B. Right? Triple A and triple B. Okay. Then if you don't understand anything, you can question me. Okay. I'm openly, waiting for questions. If you have questions, you can ask. So right, let's move on. So this is the structure. Okay, this is the structure. If you want, you can say Tennyson. Tennyson is a Victorian poet. Victorian era poet, right? He belongs to the Victorian era. And also, let's move on to the poem now. He clasped the crack. Okay, I can see something there. I mean the whole rhyming scheme. No, like if you take the whole poem, right? If you take the whole poem, how does the rhyming scheme form? Rhyming scheme forms like this. Now here, okay, I have to show the whole poem for that. Wait, I will show you. Now this is the whole poem now, right? See how it ends. If you take here, hands, lands, stands. So that is all in the same way. So A. Here it's crawls, walls, falls. That's a different pattern. Therefore, we take B. Nasima, is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Like that, if you have any question, ask, okay? Ask and clarify, because it's useless you attending to something without getting the use of it, right? So then here, let's move on. He clasped the crack with crooked hands, close the sun in lonely lands. Ringed with the azure world he stands. He clasped. Okay, so this poem consists of a technique called personification. Personification, right? Personification. Personification means attributing human traits or human qualities to non-living, or you can say non-human, to non-human beings or objects, right? Non-human beings or objects. Yes, giving human traits to inanimate objects. Yes, that is correct, right? So that is what personification is. So he, it says he, right? He is an indication of a human trait, right? He clasped the crack with crooked hands. Okay, now crooked hands. With crooked, crooked. Okay, there is a spelling error in the picture which I have taken to edit. So it should be crooked, right? Clasp the crack with crooked hands. So let me just, make it as well. It should be CR, right? So we'll write CR here. Crooked, right? He clasped the crack with crooked hands. Sorry, crooked means bent. Yeah, crooked means bent. So he clasped the crack with crooked hands. So you can see here personification by clasping a crag. Crag is something like a part of a rock surface, part of a mountain surface. Crooked hands. He's clasping with crooked hands. So hands. Does a bird consist of hands? Does a bird consist of hands? No, right? No. So that means what? So here we can see personification, right? He clasped the crack with crooked hands. So the bird's claws are being considered as hands, right? So you can see these are personifications. And also, if you take the k sound, if you can see, now here, if you can see, he clasped the crack, right? He clasped the crack with crooked hands. You can see a repetition of the sound K, right? You can see a repetition of K sound.
It's alliteration, no?
Yes, that is alliteration. Exactly. That is what you call alliteration. Right? Alliteration means a repetition of consonants. Okay?
Similar sounds in adjacent words.
Exactly. Yes. So then what does it indicate? Okay, just knowing the technique is not perfect. We need to know why it indicates. So this kr sound give us an indication about the harshness and the toughness, right? It is an indication of the harshness or the roughness, right? The harshness and the roughness of the bird is indicated by the alliteration of the k sound, right? And also you can take this sound with onomatopoeia. It consists of onomatopoeia. What is onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia. Right? Onomatopoeia means what? Onomatopoeia means it's a sound device, right? It is a sound device which you use to indicate. It's like this now. Like if you say what's that? You can hear the train sound. If you say pitter patter raindrops, you can hear the sound of rain. So that way, if you say class the crack with crooked hands, you can hear that sound, right? That is what you call onomatopoeia. To give you the meaning, they have used the sound effect, right? They have used the sound effect. So that is onomatopoeia, right? Then you have the line close to the sun in lonely lands. Close to the sun, right? Can anyone be close to the sun? Is that literal? Could anyone literally be close to the sun? No, right? So if there is something like that, what does it indicate? Exactly, exaggeration, right? He has used
Hyperbole.
yes, hyperbole, exaggeration, both means the same, right? Exaggeration or hyperbole, right? Exaggeration and or hyperbole, right? Exaggeration or hyperbole. So that means saying something. If you say now in Richard Corey, they say richer than a king. So usually if you take the normal content of a society, no one's richer than a king. So that is exaggeration. So here you can say close to the sun. No one can be close to the sun. Just to show how majestic the bird is, how superior, how royal the bird is, they have used Tennyson uses the technique of, yes, to show the power, to indicate the power, authority. The Tennyson has used and a hyperbole, right? Then moving on, lonely lands, right? Lonely lands, lonely lands. Again, it's a sound device, right? Again, it's a sound device. Again, we can see lonely lands, a repetition of the l sound, repetition of l sound, right? Repetition of l sound. Repetition of l sound means what? There is again what? Again, we have alliteration, right? I have to go slow today because sometimes kids are joining and I have to, let them in. Yes, what is it? Yes, it is alliteration. Okay. Sometimes I'll get late to see the chat screen, but it doesn't mean that I won't see. Okay, I will see that as well. Right. What does this alliteration of lonely lands? Okay, lonely lands. What does it indicate? It's also a metaphor, right? Even you can call it a metaphor. Lonely lands, right? Even it's a metaphor. And also, if you say lonely lands, it indicates the bird's solitude, honeying in solitude, superiority, and also uniqueness, right? Uniqueness is being indicated, right? Detachment from the society, you can even say that. Detachment, you can say detachment from the surrounding. You can write down these points, okay? You can write down these points. That is exactly why I'm typing this, so that you won't miss anything, right? So that's what lonely lands indicates. Then you have ring with the edge of word. Okay, before that, in close to the sun. Again, we have assonance. Close to the sun. O and sun, close, and SS, you can say consonants, right? You can say consonants. Where? Let me show you consonants. This part, it says close to the sun. Close close to the sun. Sir, sir, right? Close to the sun. Sir, sir. We can see a repetition of what? Sir sound. A repetition of sir sound, which has come in a form of a consonant. Right? We can see consonants. Anyone who is not familiar with the literary devices, let me know, right? So that I could, separately do a session for the literary devices, right? Because I believe that you have an idea about literary devices. That's how I'm teaching you now, right? Okay, then we have, okay, close to sunny lone lands is done. And then, yes, that is important. Yes, that is important. Okay. Next one, ringed with the edge of word he stands. Ringed with the edge of word. So he's been surrounded by an edge of word. Edge of word is a metonymy, right? Is a metonymy. Any idea of what that is? Metonymy? Just give a try. Okay, I can see few giving ideas which are not correct, incorrect. So, yes. Okay, try. Everyone try. Just let me know what you think the meaning is. Because it's the first day, I'm going slow, right? It doesn't mean every day is going to be slow. So try. Right. Okay. Metonymy means you use something as an attribute, right? Without that, you call it by another name, right? Without that, you call it by another name, right? Assonance. This part. Sorry. Age of word is a metonymy for what do you call the blue sky, right? Blue sky. Without saying blue sky, they say what? They have said age of world. So it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. It's metaphoric as well, right? Without saying like blue as the sky, they have said age of world. And also it is a metonymy, right? It's metonymy. Give me 1 minute. I have to charge. All right. Okay, so that is metonymy. And then after that, moving on, you can see. All right. Okay. Thank God it's charging. Right. Okay. Then it says he stands. Ring with the edge of word. He stands. Right. He. Again, you can see the repetition of he. So we can see throughout this stanza, the eagle's qualities are being given as if the speaker or the poet is talking about a human being, right? As if the speaker is talking about a human being. We can see the characteristics. And also, what about the tense? What about the tense? The tense?
Present.
Right? Tense is simple present tense. Yes, it is simple present. So where do you use simple present tense? In what kind of situations? To show something which is going on habitually, right? Something habitual. So to show the habitual or habitual actions or a daily routine of the eagle. Right? It says tense means the tense is simple present tense. And you can see simple present tense is used to show something habitual action, right? Something which happens in your day-to-day, something which happens day-to-day, something which happens daily, right? A part of the daily routine of the eagle is being discussed, right? If we just take the simple meaning out of it, right? Just read it again. He clasped the crab with crooked hands. You can see another technique is visual imagery. You find two kinds of images here, right? imagery, you find two kinds of images here, visual and auditory, right? Because you can hear, I told you we have some sound devices like alterations, consonants, and also onomatopoeia. So you can find imagery, which is visual imagery, and auditory imagery, right? There might be few typing errors, right? So when I type fast, those things happen, don't worry, right? Imagery, it's visual and auditory. So there are many types of imageries, right? If you say visual imagery is what you see, auditory means what you hear, gustatory is taste, olfactory is what you smell, and tactile is what you touch. I hope you know all these things, right? In case you all don't know, kindly inbox me and I will do some sort of arrangement to make those things clear out as well. Okay, so these are the images you can see inside this particular stanza. And if you take this stanza in as a summary, right, as a summary, what is in this stanza, right? You can see the eagle, what is it? Can you please teach the techniques? Right, could you please inbox to my number? Because I will make sure that, okay, I will share my group link, right, in the end of this session. So join to my group, and then after that you can get my number there, so you inbox me and I will do an arrangement so that all these things are clear, right? Since this is just your trial class, I'm starting off with the poem straight away to make sure you know what's the daily routine in the session, what's the routine going on, right, the schedule. Other than that, I would make sure to take some steps and discuss the techniques about images or the sound devices and all the, like how to take symbols and how to identify themes and all that will be done, right? Don't worry about that. Okay. Then you have the eagle. The eagle is elevated. Elevated means upheld, right? Elevated or upheld. Or upheld. Is upheld. Or the majestic existence of the eagle is depicted, right? This is the summary of this stanza, right? This is what is indicated. The eagle being elevated. Why upheld? Why? How is it upheld? It's ringed with the azure world, right? It's in the sky. It's in lonely lands where others can't approach, right? And his majestic look, like a royal look, is being shown, right? That is the summary of this stanza. Any questions? Right? Okay, so now let's discuss some model questions. Okay, so when it comes to questions, the first question they would ask is, usually they will give you a context and they will ask you to identify, right, who the poem and the writer. And after that only they start asking questions. So they can ask you a question like, why do you think the poet uses the pronoun he to describe the bird instead of it? Like that, there are questions. So I would like to discuss those questions as well after we finish the total poem, right? So we'll discuss in detail some model questions after discussing the whole poem, right? Now let's move on to the next stanza. Okay, if you have any doubts, please tell what the doubt is. Any idea which you need, which you think that you could add on, kindly let me know now itself. And in case it is something which I didn't see, I can add it on as well for the others to get something new. Okay, right. So if you don't have anything to ask, just drop a text as everything's clear. Okay, that's it. Right, let's continue. The wrinkles see beneath him goes. Okay, now up to here what happened was, okay, there is something like a, right, there is a crag, like there's a crag and there's an eagle, and yeah, I can't draw, right? I'm not good at drawing, but he's clasping the crag with crooked hands, means he's close, right? And then, like, okay, this is the bird, and then he's ringed with the azure world, means the blue sky, right? The blue sky is being surrounded, ring with the age of word, and lonely lands because he's in a very position where the others can't reach, right? That is stanza 1. Now stanza 2, there is a sea below, right? Beneath him is a sea, right? Beneath him is a sea, and the sea looks like it's crawling, right? Looks like it's crawling. So it's again a personification, right? It's again a personification, right? I will explain those literary techniques separately, all right? Don't worry, I will explain those. I will explain all the literary techniques one by one. I will take a separate session and discuss all what it means, right? What is a metaphor, what is a simile, what is colloquial language, and what are rhetoric questions, what is enjambment, everything we will discuss in detail, right? Just for now, try to get it done, okay? Okay, the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. Now, here we can see personification again. Not just the eagle is personified, but even the sea. See, the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. Crawling, right? Crawl usually a baby only crawls, right? Usually a baby only crawls. So what is this? This is called personification. Okay, I don't know how to draw. So particularly a baby only crawls. So these two are being parallel. So what happens here is the sea is wrinkled sea means the waves, right? The sea waves, the tides of the sea are being indicated, are being personified, right? Are personified, and we can see a metaphor, right? So we can see here personification, and metaphor, right? And metaphor, personification and metaphor, right? Metaphor means use, like if we take a simile, if it says like a wrinkle, like if you say like a baby or something like that, if you say like, if you use like, now see this part is a simile. Like a thunderbolt, he falls, right? Like a thunderbolt. So this is a simile. If you use the word like or as to compare something, to show a comparison, then that is a simile. But if you indicate something without that, and if you don't indicate a like or a as, and if you straight away compare something, that is what you call a metaphor, right? So wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. So this is what? This is a metaphoric line, right? The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. You can see personification, and also it's a metaphor, right? So what happens is it sees the sea waves crawling. It sees as if the sea waves are crawling like an infant, right? Like an infant. So what does it indicate? Okay, it's crawling like an infant. So what does it indicate? It indicates that the sea is being inferior, right? It shows something as if it is feeble, right? An infant, crawling infant shows what? Feeble, right? Feebleness, weak. So it shows the feeble nature of the environment with regards to the eagle being in a higher position, right? The eagle being somewhere superior, and the other beings of nature being considered inferior, right? Feeble, and it also shows feeble, therefore it indicates inferior, right? Inferior, right? Then if the sea is inferior, what does it highlight? This highlights what? Highlights the superiority of the eagle, right? Highlights, or you can say indicates or denotes, highlights the superiority of the eagle, right? Highlights the superiority of the eagle. Okay, so wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. You can see again, what do you call? You can see assonance there, no? Wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. Yes, you can see assonance. This place. Wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. Right? This part. Wrinkled sea beneath. This part, E sound is assonance. Is what you call assonance. Right? Assonance. And then after that, what do we have? The next line says, right, okay, I hope this line is clear, right? Wrinkle sea beneath him crawls. It indicates what? It shows that the sea is inferior to highlight that the eagle is superior, right? Then it says, he watches from his mountain walls, right? He watches from his mountain walls. Watches, walls. Watches, walls. Again, this is what? This is what? Watches, walls. You can see alliteration there. Watches, walls. And also you can see what? Wall. A word wall. The word wall indicates what? It indicates stiffness. It indicates stiffness. Right? It indicates stiffness. What is it? Royalty, yeah. Yeah. So he's on the mountain walls. He's in a top position. Yes, you can say that as well. Right? Stiffness. And then when you say, when he watches from the mountain walls, no, he's waiting for a prey. Right? What is it? Yeah, separating things. Exactly. A wall is something we use to separate. Right? We use to separate. Denotes a separation. 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 The eagle being elevated from the surrounding. Right? We can say it that way as well. All right. I hope the letters are clear. Okay. Okay. So that is for this line. Right? The mountain walls indicates stiffness. They are all right. It denotes separation. The eagle is being elevated from the surrounding, right? It's being separated from the surrounding. Okay. And then it says, and like a thunderbolt, he falls. So what does this part? One more thing. He watches from his mountain walls. It also gives us this idea. It also we can add on some more things. That is, you could say independence, right? Independence. You can say solitary, right? Staying alone, solitary. And even you can say eagle as a vigilant creature, right? As a vigilant creature. Speed comes the last line, okay? As a vigilant creature. You can even say eagle as a vigilant nature, as a vigilant creature, okay? Then the last line, like a thunderbolt, he falls. Like a thunderbolt, he falls. A thunderbolt is showing what? Agility. It shows agility. A thunderbolt, I'll use it here. Agility. Right? Like a thunderbolt, it falls. So what does it indicate? It indicates the thunderbolt, it indicates agility or the speed. So you can say speed, but in better word, you can call it agility, right? You can say speed or agility. Speed. Right? Speed or agility. Yes, it also says stiffness. Yes. So what does it come for? So early in the morning, we just take it as a sum total. What happens? There's an eagle on a crag with crooked hands. Means okay, there's a stiff hard eagle. He's at a very high position above, close to the sun. It's showing how much high the position he stays is. And then from the view, he sees the others as inferior to him. We can see the sea being indicated as something inferior to him, and he's watching from the mountain walls at the sea. Means he's searching for a prey. So as he sees a prey, he would fall like a thunderbolt. That means he will soon come to grab or clasp the prey and go back, right? That is what the poem means if we take in normal sense, right? So you can say eagle as a symbol as well. Eagle, the name eagle itself is symbolic, right? The name eagle Eagle is, that's why you see eagle emblems, right? Eagle is used as a symbol. Okay, what does the eagle symbolize according to you? Give me your answers. Okay, whatever we have, up to whatever we have discussed, what you understood. Eagle as something superior. Okay, eagle to show the superiority of nature. What else? Power. Yes, power. You can say authority, right? Authority. You can say majestic. Majestic. What else? Danger. Okay, more than, yeah, danger and power, it goes together. What else? Hmm? You can say egoistic, self-centered, no, egoism, right? Egoistic, right? You can even say one more. Wait, let us see. Independent, independence. So this piece of nature is used to indicate few things in the poem. Okay, there must be more, right? These are few which we found out. We can find it as it indicates the superiority of nature, the power, the authority, the majestic nature, the majesticity. Okay, it's majesticity, and you can even say egoistic, and you can say independence, right? Yeah, warrior like. Yes, a warrior like character. So it actually indicates the word authority consists of that, right? So this is what they have used the eagle for. Okay, these are important because when you write an essay answer, you will need them. Okay, then let's come to the now techniques. We have discussed the symbols and all that, and now what's remaining is themes. So what's the centralized message? Let me take black. Themes. Central theme is, what is the central theme? Okay, what do you think the themes are? Let me know. What do you think the themes are according to you? Except me and the co-host, there are 10 more. Yes, I like to know what you think. No idea? Okay, because it's the first day I would excuse, right? So this consists of the theme of majesty of nature, or you can say glorification of nature, or you can even say glorification or appreciation of nature, right? This is the first thing, right? Also, you can say what else? The transient nature of power. We'll discuss one by one, right? The transient nature of power. Then we have freedom, solitude. Then we have, okay, all these themes we're discussing in detail, don't worry. Egoism. Then we have authority, authoritarian power, or you can say arbitrary nature, or you can say, you can even call it possessive nature of power, right? These are the themes. Okay, just take a look at it and just see whether you could figure it out. Right, okay, good question. Transient means temporary, something which is lasting for short term, right? Transient nature of power. So how power is temporary, right? The impermanent nature is also been indicated, right? So opposite for transient is permanent. Then, so okay, we'll take the first theme. The majestic nature of nature, glorification or appreciation of nature. So this is the main theme, because you know this is a nature poem. So mostly if you get a question, you get the question basing on this fact, right? For essay. So then what you need to do is, using this, you need to discuss using the above lines. Using these lines, you need to indicate how the poet has used the poem Eagle, right, to indicate this particular theme. So here we already discussed, right, how it's considered superior and how it's considered majestic, right? We have discussed that, right? How it's a glorification of nature, right? How the nature's elements are being glorified. Then transient power, nature of power. So how the power changes. That means the impermanence, right? The impermanence, you know, the like the eagle being coming, right? So although mostly you get a question basing on these themes, I will mark it. Mostly you are being questioned from this theme and this theme. These two themes are the mostly asked themes, okay? Okay, I have made a small mistake here. It should be AN, right? Authoritarian, right? These two themes only they ask mainly, and some they can ask even this, right? These three themes are what they ask in questions for your syllabus, right? Basing on your syllabus content. Right, so let us just try out, okay, let us see some questions. Now I need your answers, right? I need your answers for these, which we are going to discuss as well, right? I'm going to give you a set of questions as well to be answered, right? Before that, let's go and see what kind of questions they have asked in past papers related to this poem. Right. So here what I'm going to show you is how this poem, the questions are asked in this. Okay, now see the same lines. Okay, not this. Oops. Right? The same lines have been questioned repeatedly. This is 2016. This is 2020. 2020, right? 2020 and 2016. See what? The same lines have been asked for the first question itself. Right? The wrinkles see beneath him crawls. He watches from his mountain walls. So what are they asking? From where are these lines taken? Who wrote them? Same question. What is the answer? Answer now itself. What is the answer? Right? The answer
From
is
the poem.
yes. These lines are taken from the poem Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Remember, to capitalize what should be capitalized and to write in simple what should be in simple, right? The capital simple are very important. Even the writer's name, make sure you write it with proper spellings, because they have separately given marks for it. You need to make sure you write it right. Next question. Who is referred to as he in the second line, and where is he at this moment? And here they are asking, who is he in these lines and why does he watch? See how simple the question is after we analyze. So where is he? He's on a crag, right? He's on a crag at the moment. On a mountain wall. Yes, he's on the top of a mountain. Exactly, this question. And this question, who is he? He refers, the writer has personified the eagle using he, and he's looking for a prey. He's looking for a prey in the sea. Okay, then again, if we see the next line here, why does the sea crawl beneath him? A good question. Why does the sea crawl beneath him? So why does the sea crawl beneath him? So we can show that the poet has personified the sea to a feeble or feeble infant who, okay, there are some kids in the waiting room, right? Feeble creature who is considered as inferior, to highlight the eagle as a superior force of nature, right? Then this is also done. Then this one, what is the poetic device used in the first line? What is the poetic device used in the first line? The wrinkles say beneath him crawls. What is it? It's personification. And also you can say metaphor. So you see, we have discussed what is being asked. Right? Yes, exactly. Metaphor and personification. Yes, as we have discussed. So these are the two context questions which they have asked. That means these are the two paper one questions which I found in past papers. So if you take past papers, you can only try from past papers from 2016 to 2020 when it comes to literature. Because if you take the old syllabus papers, although you could try math, science, or whatsoever, you can't try old syllabus papers for literature because the stories, the poems are different, right? Sometimes you might find one or two which are similar, but more than that, you can't try them because they are from a separate syllabus content. Right? What is the answer for C? C of which paper? 2020 or 2016? For 2016, it is for 2016. What it says is, why does it crawl? It crawls to indicate the sea crawling. That means the sea is being personified to be something feeble or inferior to indicate that indicate the eagle as a superior force of nature. If we take 2020 paper, C part, there we can see what is the poetic device. So you can say the poet has used personification and metaphor to indicate the sea as something inferior to indicate the eagle as a superior force of nature. See, the same thing is being repeated using same thing is being repeated in two different perspectives, right? So you can form your own questions like that as well and try it out. Okay. Then let's go to paper 2. What kind of questions they have asked? Okay, these are not exactly past papers, but these are term test and support seminar papers. Okay. I didn't see a past paper question in paper 2 for 2016-2020. There weren't any questions from Eagle for paper 2, right? This one. Discuss how Tennyson portrays majesty and power of nature through the poem Eagle. So we discussed, right? See how easy it is now. This is a central theme. We actually took it as a theme itself. I told you, right? This is a theme which is being questioned. Next one. Examine how Tennyson portrays the eagle as a symbol of power through his poem, The Eagle. Symbol of power. So that is also a theme which I told is for sure asked, right? The authority, right? The next one. The eagle convey a sheer power of nature. Again, power. Discuss this statement in relation to the poem. So is it clear now? Do you have a clear idea on what the poem is and what kind of questions are questioned? Like what kind of questions you can expect in your exam? Hello? Okay, there are still people coming. I don't know how they're going to catch up. Yes? Can you hear me? Yes, so I'm asking, did you understand what kind of questions are being questioned and the poem with exact sense? I'm asking. Yes, all right, super. Yes, all right, okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, oops, what happened to my poem now? All right, now we have the poem. Okay, if you guys are continuing, you can do these questions and send me answers as well. The questions are, I will just type the questions for you, right? The others even, so the others can even, okay, what kind of questions can be asked? They can ask now, like they ask why they have given in the line. Okay, so this is related to the first stanza, right? Now what I'm asking is related to the first stanza. They can ask why does the poet use the pronoun he to describe the eagle instead of it? These are possible questions at your exam. Okay, these are like model questions which could come for your exam. Second one, what does the poet try to convey by the lines? I'll give you a few lines because they can ask any of this. Okay. Close to the sun in lonely lands, right? Oh, and also we can say, yeah, ring with the edge of world also is okay. If you take, yeah, ring with the edge of world, ring with the Asia world, he stands, right? And then even you can get a question like this. What does now? What is the poetic device used in the below phrases, words or phrases, and why has the poet used what does the poet try to convey by using them, right? So you can say lonely lands, right? Lonely lands. You can say clasp. You can say crooked hands, right? Or this is what they could ask from the first stanza. This is very important because they have asked in 2 years questions from the second stanza, but they haven't asked anything from the first stanza. So it's better you get prepared, right? So you could, so these are questions from model questions from stanza 1. Okay, right. Okay. Wait, let me. Yeah, you can write it or type it or do anything you like with it. Right, when you're done, just let me know. I have not unpaused the recording, sorry. Right, so what's going to happen is this. So basically the classes are on Saturday mornings, okay, not evening time like this. It's going to be Saturday mornings, right? So Saturday mornings we'll be discussing the next poem. So we'll discuss the next. So every day we'll be discussing one whole poem, right? In case the poem is long, I would extend the time to a little bit earlier or do something like that as well, right? So some are joining now, so I don't know whether they could catch up because we have done the lesson now, what I'm doing is not the lesson, right? I'm not doing the lesson now. I have finished the lesson. So what I'm now doing is just giving you an intro of what is to be done next, right? So like this, for every poem, we'll be discussing the poem in detail, like what we did today, and then discuss model questions related to it. And that's how the poems would go. So there are 20 poems. So we'll need 20 sessions to finish off the 20 poems in detail. And also, I have an idea of putting a free language session for the kids who are going to continue the poetry sessions with me, right? So in case you like to continue, right, drop me a text today itself. So and you can try out the question. Then I will add you to the main group because I'm forming a new group now for y'all, for the ones who are coming for this batch. So I'll be making a new group for you and I will add you all to that group. And then the questions I will post. So after I will even send what I have side noted. So if you, in case you missed out anything, you could write them down and make keep the book nice. And then questions also, you can answer the questions and you can send them to me, right? You can send them to me. Sometimes the marking won't be done that time itself, but I would at least send you the model answers what is expected to be answered for those questions, that would be done, right? So that is how the procedure it would be. For every question, possible questions will be discussed, right? These are the possible questions, these are the questions which were asked, these are the questions which could come, right? So that is how we are going to finish the poetry section. In case you all like to continue, you could drop me a text if you want. You can now or something. The next session would be on Saturday morning, right? If you have any questions, you could ask me now, anything related to the sessions. Yeah, you could send the answers in the sense, yes. So after you tell me that you want to join, I will add you to the main group, right? So after you add it to the main group, whatever the answer you write, you could send the image to me. Then I would mark those answers and I would send you these are the points which you need to improve. These are the points like which you lack and all that. Okay. Yes. Okay. If you wish to join, you could drop me a text on WhatsApp. And if you are on my group, you could actually get my group link. You might be, are you on my group? I think it's Shima or Seema, I'm not sure, darling. Right, okay, right. Wait, I would, okay, you're not in my group. Okay, I would copy paste my group link to you. So you could join to the common group, right? The common group. And then thereafter, wait, I would copy paste it. Right, thereafter you can see the two admin members now after you join to the group. This is my group, this is the normal group for trial sessions, so this is where the others got the trial link, right? So after that, if after you join to that group today itself, you can take my number. So my number and the coordinators numbers both are there as admins, so you could text one of us and I would drop a text today as this is my number, this is the coordinator's number. So then you could text me and say that you want to join, and I would take you and put you to the class group and send you the necessary details, right? Any more thing you need to ask the others? How was the session? Like, was it fruitful? Was it useful for you all? Hello? If it's not useful, it's I don't know. How was it for you? Was it useful? Did you understand? Or how is it? Right. Okay. 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 Thank you. Right. Okay. Then I have sent you the chat, the link as well. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm happy to know that you guys have got something out of it. All right. Okay. Then see you next week. If you guys next week means sorry, this Saturday. If you wish to join, we could continue work. I would like to take you throughout this journey. Right. So I'm winding the session for today. Right. See you again on Saturday. Right. See you.